Oh yes, it's the Date Master. Yes, we're back again. Yes, it's been a while. I know it's been about 10 days. So I must replenish you with some fresh new content by yours truly. So when you come in, make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel you would like to contribute. Um, we're gonna get into an interesting perspective today. We're going to break down how men have been caught up into image to such a way that we, again, believe and think and move like women, and the men are crashing out, if not at the same rate, at a higher rate, because women have a few concessions. They have a little bit more wiggle room to kind of weave in and out of situations that men do not have the luxury of getting. So when I say that we have getting caught up with the image because of social media influences, we pass up, and men tend to pass up a lot of good women. See, we have the one-sided story, of course, because we are telling it from our perspective. It is not genuine when you have a man speaking for women, because women have so many outlets, so many voices. This is why you have the disdain for masculinity that you have today. This is why you have the lack of respect, which is warranted and which is permissible for black men to receive, because they have been conditioned. So many media outlets have echoed a negative stereotype for men, and particularly black men, that it is okay to disrespect us. It is okay to treat us in a way. It's okay to discard us at the very moment happiness fleets. You notice how women say they weren't happy. So I'll just throw the marriage in the toilet because I'm not happy today. Well, were you happy 10 years ago? Yeah. So what were you doing 10 years ago? And they rarely say, I was more beautiful. The reason why a lot of women leave these relationships, because they want a fresh new feeling of compliments. They want a fresh new feeling of chemistry. They want a fresh new feeling of hormonal stimulation, emotional stimulation. So what men have done is that we tend to say, well, I want something new as well. But what men do, they cheat, and they cheat on discount. A lot of rhetoric and content in this space, the manosphere, red pill, whatever you want to title it, have given men an idea that they must sleep around with a lot of different women. In the same breath, the critique comes out, well, there are a lot of bad women, or most women are no good. Why would you waste your time with them? Because if you're looking to settle down, you're looking to get with a quality woman, those women won't look, talk, behave, or even mimic the rest. If you notice on social media, you know how a lot of women, there are endless amounts of beautiful women that they start to look the same. They're different, but they look the same. Posture, poses, hair, complexions. They have different features, but they still look the same. They give off the same message. Social media has been sexualized to the point that, where all media outlets, such as especially Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, they become a low-key porn hub, if you will. They are entities that sexual behavior, propaganda is pretty much, it's allowed. TikTok, the twerking, it doesn't stop. So when men are giving certain men advice, game, when it comes to getting a lot of women, I feel that is detrimental and problematic, because going through these women, it'll be fun. Yes, it will be fun, but it's going to affect you in two different ways. One is going to create an idea, it's going to create a stigma that most women behave in such a manner. Because once you get to a level, you cross over a certain threshold of women, 100, 200, 300, 500 plus, 1,000 women plus, you're going to create an idea that most of these women behave like this. And you're going to ask yourself, well, where are the 100 Where are the 20? Where are the 10? Whatever number that you come across that you feel is good enough for you, you're going to ask yourself, well, where are the women that don't act like that? Why are the women that don't, you know, behave in this manner? The real does not look like the rest. This is what I've come to learn. And in your life, once you get to a certain age, you're going to look back at certain women that you had and that you ultimately did not understand the value of. Hell, they didn't understand their value because they would not have been put in such a position to be used and discarded, if you will. This is one thing you know about quality women. And I'm going to make this confession, I have a secret crush. It sounds crazy, right? I got a secret crush on Candace Owens. It is something about her simplicity. She does not put too much focus on her looks, but she put just enough. She does the internal work first, so that comes out externally, if that makes sense. When I say she does the internal work, she does not party. You can't find stories of men who have toyed with her, had her for 2-3 months. You know the worst type of relationship? It is a long relationship that does not turn out or pan out to anything. I'll take a short-term relationship woman and say, well, this relationship lasts 6 months. I'll take that over a woman who's been in a 4 to 5 year relationship and got nothing out of it. Because during that 5 year relationship, if she chooses to leave, she's gotten fed up and she's resented that man to the point to where now she's going to go through this whole phase. She's going to feel she's in the driver's seat. But you can't go through a lot of women and expect to find the good woman. To think that you're going to have a clear vision that this woman is good for you, you're going to make the right decisions with this particular woman versus treating her like the other women that came and went. You're going to have some good women that you're going to look at and say, you know what? That's the one that I should have pretty much went with. But we want the bigger, better deal as well because we're the one doing all of the work. So we're doing all of the work, taking the L's, going to the gym, eating a certain way. We're going to want the spoils of that. But your spoils, just like women, they may not come wrapped or packaged in the manner in which you like. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This is where it say, well, what do I need this one? Why do I want this woman? And you have to have an idea that she won't go for the bullshit that a lot of other women will go for if she's quality. Meaning, you still want to get your rocks off. Well, it's a trade-off. We tend to think that we can get it all as well. And in a lot of cases, there's only going to be a small amount of men that will get it all, and even they won't get it all. They're still going to have some void that's going to miss. So this is when you have to narrow down what you absolutely need and want for yourself long term, not short term. See, when you're younger, you can go for the more short term. This is what I want right now. She's fine, she's fun. I want to deal with this right now. But as you mature, you get older, you're going to need things that you're going to need. You're going to have things that you're going to want and need long term. Wants are going to be more short term, but a lot of those wants are long term, just like the needs. So you're going to have to compromise. This is what I want to leave you with before I close this out. This is not going to be a long video. The real does not look like the rest because the rest is trying to fit in. The rest is trying to keep up with the Joneses, not so much as from a materialistic standpoint, but from a image standpoint. Does my look match hers? This is why you see so many women that look like the Ari Fletchers, that look like the Kim Kardashians, carbon copies, that's trying to do the Kylie Jenners. All these women look alike. So you can't expect her to be real when she intentionally goes out to look like the next woman. Now, this is that one time where I said, well, this is also a two-way street. You cannot be expected as real when you look like the rest. This is going to be, I wouldn't say a handicap or a setback, but this is going to cut the interactions that you have with certain women because your radar should be so strong that you're going to know that this is not going to work. You don't even want to give the opportunity for whatever you're building to be derailed or sabotaged due to the physical of a woman, because her beauty fades just like all other women. So don't get so encapsulated that you'll crash out or go against your better judgment just for the look of something, because looks always changes. Trends come into play. You just never know when it comes to the beauty of a woman, how she's going to perceive the changing of that beauty, the evolution of her beauty. She thinks she's going to be forever young, and that's not the case. But you're going to have some women in your life that you're going to, I would say, quote unquote, mess over. You're going to take for granted. You're going to, you know, look back and say that would have been a great candidate for the long term to pretty much ride off into the sunset, because you cannot be a player forever. I know it sounds good, but no man truly wants to be a player forever. You're going to get older. You're going to have new goals and aspirations. You're going to want a family. You're going to want to procreate. And you need a woman that is fit for that part of you, not the current part, not your, still trying to be a young buck, still trying to get your rocks off. You got to understand where you're going and what woman is going to fit into that role. But one thing you must rest assured, the real does not look like the rest. You see a woman and she's emulating a lot of, if you go on social media and you see a woman emulating the poses, the captions, the talking points, the look, she's been indoctrinated and she's going to behave and act just like the rest of the women. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. I got 2 coming to you today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.